Hey y'all, it's 4 o'clock and it is last blowing at Rosetree time. I'm Mark. I own Rosetree Blown Glass Studio and Gallery along with my wife Brenda, and we're coming to you live from beautiful downtown historic Algiers Point, New Orleans, Louisiana. And today what we're going to do, I'm going to make a paperweight. We haven't done a paperweight in a long time. And it's going to have a flower inside. So today is going to be about layering and designing from the inside out, which instead of adding, you have to look at the outside. You're looking at the outside of the finished piece, but you have to design it from the inside, because that's how the layers stack up. Anyway, we're glad you're here, and if you don't follow us on Facebook, please do. We'd love to add a few people before the end of the year. And if you have a question, a glass question, please just type it in your comment, and Darcy, who is the voice behind the camera, will relay it to me and I'll try to answer it. Okay, so today actually the paperweight is solid, so it's going to be 3 layers, but instead of blowing it out, it's just going to stay solid. So it's not going to be a large piece, it'll be a little more intricate. All right, so hydrate.
So I am excited about this one because I've never seen you make one of these before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. So first layer we're going to have green for what's the little part underneath the flower called?
Stem?
Yeah, the little bud thing, stem.
That's under the flower.
You know, the thing the flower like sits in.
I don't remember my.
Right. Well, anyway, that's gonna be the first layer, and then the petals of the flower will be the second layer, and then the third layer will be the clear over top. So let's get going.
So Barry said, "Morning, cold all over. 21 feels like here.
How many inches did New York get?
10 inches of snow, all done."
All right. So winter wonderland.
Yeah.
It'll be a slushy mess tomorrow. So actually, I'm going to put this on a blowpipe, but I'm not going to blow. And actually, this blowpipe is clogged, so that's what it's used for. Because the head of the blowpipe is a little bit bigger than the punties that we use. So that's going to be our gathering will be on a block of blowpipe. My furnace, inside my furnace is a ceramic bowl called a crucible, and the crucible can hold up to 400 pounds of molten glass, and it's 2,050 degrees inside there, and at that temperature the glass is a liquid. So we're going to go back over and work on the first gather.
So I have to say real quick, hey Tracy, I love you too.
Okay, so I'm putting the green, or whatever that thing is called that the flower is out of, stem.
So, all right, we got a few comments, but Rob Johnston said, first of all, 8 inches in Queens, New York. And then said also that part of the flower is called the sepal.
The what?
The sepal.
Okay, whatever. Thank you. Thank you for that. So I'm going to put a few layers of this on, just get a nice dense green on it. So whatever that thing is called, whatever he said, that's what I'm making first.
So Lori said, hello, snow from Easton.
Hello.
Shaw said it stayed in the 40s here today, and show me that warm furnace. I tried to get a close-up for you, Shaw.
Well, you have a preheating chamber here, which is actually a little hotter.
Get you a close-up of that one, too. Put your hands near the screen and warm up, everyone.
It's actually, this is great glass blowing weather. Actually, we even have the doors closed because it was a little cold this morning. So the green is pretty much on there. So you see I have the green just on the end. And I'm going to heat this up and move it around a little bit.
So Tracy Sykes Garrett said, hello, neighbor.
Hello, neighbor.
Christy Edwards made it, says, looks like rain in LA, but it's probably a fake out since it never rains here.
It's 2020, so don't say things like that.
And Rob sent us an image of the flower parts with an illustration, but we can't pull it up while we're on the phone.
Well,
so we'll check that out later. Thanks, Rob.
Okay, so I'm taking my handy dandy ice pick, just pulling it down. We'll do 4 pulls just because I can count the 4 really easily. No, because it's easier to make it even. And then I'm going to heat it up again. So sometimes it's real hard to think, almost inside out. You have to kind of do it a few times to work out the kinks out of it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cool the bottom a little bit. So you see how it's starting to get kind of leafy? Now I'm going to heat that up and smooth it out. And get ready for my next layer on top. So this reheating chamber is about 2150, 2200. It's a little hotter than the furnace. And it's on just when we're here. And it's only hot. There's no glass in it.
So how fast does it take them to heat up then, if they don't stay on?
Mine takes about an hour, hour and a half, because it has some hard brick in it. The hard brick sucks the heat. The small one takes about 20 minutes. So it just depends on which one we're using. Okay, so you see kind of the leaf areas, and then this will change as I put the flower layer on top. So I'm waiting for this to cool off. I'm looking at the end of the rod here, and when that color gets a little more cherry red, I'll be able to gather over top of that. All right, next layer.
Always stay organized.
Exactly.
And clean as you go. I was going to say I never learned that lesson.
Brenda learned that lesson, right? One more layer on top. Each layer magnifies the layer underneath. So you work that into your design also. So the way I like to do my flowers is to put a background color. This background color is going to be white. And I get a few layers of that. Again, so I get a nice solid color.
So my Aunt Tracy was asking, Will your boss, that's you, do a demonstration on flowers that we can put in our gorgeous handmade vase? Would really enjoy watching him make beautiful flowers.
I could. That could be something we do coming up. Now because this is spreading a little bit, I'm just going to kind of get that part that's pooching out there, push that back, and then do one more layer in the white.
Erin says hey, she just hopped on. I think your mom was here earlier. Picking up a piece. Erin's mom, not your mom.
I'm not on Facebook. I hope not. Alright, so this is going to be the last white. Let's smooth that out again.
Yeah, my dad's not on Facebook either, but he does get on YouTube, and he's been watching our videos on YouTube.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. It may take him a while to work up to this one.
So, that's the white background color. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to shape it a little bit more.
Corey made it today.
Corey's here?
And he said, wait, Mark is the boss? I thought he was married. And you know what? You've got a good point there.
Corey, you're going to put your face on the side of a milk carton.
But you're absolutely right. The real boss is in the gallery watching. Yep.
All right, so now I'm going to put a little color on the white. And again, we'll do more than one of these. Always turning. This glass is still, it acts like a solid, but it's still liquid. If I stop turning, it would start to drip and droop.
But you can use that to your advantage sometimes.
Exactly. Set up for the next step.
Corey said, been busy. Sorry guys, hope all has been well.
Busy's good.
Yep. 'Tis the season for being busy.
La, 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 la.
And all is well here. We're just glad you're back. Hope all is well is there. I can't speak today.
Okay, so I'm going to heat this up really well, and I'm going to make the petals on the flower. So I'm going to take, I'm going to pull through again. This way. That way. So it's very similar to what I did underneath. And by varying the ways you put on the color will change the way that the petals look. So these petals are kind of longer. If I wanted them chunkier, I would put color further down the piece. Pulling this up into the middle. So you see how it's starting to be
Flower-like.
flowery. And
Oh,
then
no.
I'll do something really cool. After I heat it up, around first. And then I'll put bubbles in there intentionally for the design.
Oh, thanks, Tracy. She said that my dad really enjoys listening to you and watching all of the wonderful pieces of art being made.
Oh, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the points of the jack and I'm going to plunge it into the center of the flower. And that's going to give you a bubble in the center, which is kind of cool. But it's also going to push the, whatever that green thing is called, all the way to the bottom so it looks like it's coming out of the stem. So you see on the inside, see how it goes down, goes around and down, so it's like that little pocket. And then I'm going to actually going to put a little bubble on the end of each petal, just because. So like Bob Ross,
Happy little bubbles.
happy little dew bubble.
Ooh, nice. Corey said, what we making? A paperweight?
Yep.
With a beautiful flower in the middle.
And dew on the side. So I put a cushion in there. When I gather my next layer on top, it will gather a bubble. So let this set up. And then get the last layer on top.
Corey said, love those. They're so much fun.
Mm-hmm. So you see how I have the white around the petals? So each one's a little different, like nature. All right, so we'll get the next layer on top, last layer.
Tracy said, so very cool. Love the colors.
It's purple.
Not gonna lie, purple makes me happy.
Well, I did it. So you'll see at the end of each petal, there's a bubble, and then there's a bubble going down in the middle. And so some people use a wood block to shape it. So I use a wood block and then the final shaping with a graphite rim. And that just gives me a nice crisp line. It's the same kind of tool that people use for marbles. So I'm going to squeeze down a jack line on this so that I'm able to take it off later when I'm done and then continue to shape. wood block, and the wood block is soaked in water, so it doesn't burn as much as just a plain wood block, wood without water. And I think good. So I'm going to heat this up one more time, or a couple more times, and shape it nice and round.
It's looking good. Shatney said, so cool. And Corey said he has such strong arms. So Shatney was asking, how long does it take to get a hang of glass blowing?
40 years now. 42 years.
Still working on it.
You learn every day. We were having a discussion on one of the glass pages that I'm on Facebook. What is a master? And what makes a master? And people were talking about, people who are still learning. You can be a master but still learn. And that's something that's, I'm learning every day. If you stop learning, then it becomes boring. So I just cut that line in a little bit more, give it a little bit more distinct line to crack off. And then I go through a process of just kind of cooling it down, because the inside is really, really hot, and the outside is still, it gets colder first. So you got to kind of cool it down in stages.
Barry said, watching the magician explain while the magic happens, priceless.
Okay. So you can see, obviously it's hot and the colors are going to be different. So you can see the petals and flower and the bubble inside, which is kind of cool. And then you can see the, whatever the green thing is called at the bottom, and then going all the way down to this, to where the stem would be.
Corey said, what page I want to join?
Oh, the glass. I think it's Glassies.
And Barry said, that's a hell of a marble as is.
It is a big marble. So again, I'm letting the outside cools first, obviously, but I'm letting some of the heat from the inside go out to the outside, and then I'll flash the outside a couple times just to bring that up to temperature, and then let the inside dissipate a little bit more, 3 or 4 times. Because that way the piece won't break, won't crack. So you see the green inside, and then the petals that go all the way through.
Looks like you're standing with a staff.
If I can.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Heat it to cool it. So smart also, from Corey.
Got to. Because if I put it in and it's too hot, if the middle's too hot, and I put it in, it'll still change shape, some gravity inside the annealing oven. I mean, it can flatten out some, and I don't really want that. One more time, and then take it off, put it in the oven.
Ken said, makes me want to hydrate. Is it 5 yet?
5 o'clock everywhere. It's 2020.
Christy Edwards said, Harry Potter-ish. And I agree.
Yeah. Wizardly. So this is just a diamond file with a little bit of water on it. I'm just storing that jack line.
Lori said, gorgeous.
And I'm just going to pull it just a tiny bit more, and then tap, comes off. flour. Got it?
Mm-hmm. Corey said, are you going to flatten the bottom?
What we'll do is we'll grind it on a, we have flat grinding wheels and a diamond impregnated, and we'll take it through the different grit sizes, just like you would sanding wood. You go from a rough grit to a fine grit. We do the same thing with the glass. So we'll go from a 180 grit all the way up to 600 grit, and I think we have an 800, and we do what's called pumice polish, and that'll bring it up to a shine again. The oven is 920 degrees. Now, the things that are in there now, Paperweight's kind of thick, so it should stay in there a little bit longer. So that the inside and outside stabilize at the same temperature. If it goes from hot to cold too fast, it'll crack. So our annealing schedule is about 16 hours, and that seems to be enough for a paperweight that size to cool off and not crack. So that's a paperweight, y'all.
So real quick, Corey said, cold work. I thought you never. I don't have the equipment for that. Jealous.
I hire somebody to do that.
Our wonderful Lester does that.
Does that. Yeah, he does really well with that. And I could have just fire polished the bottom, but making it so it's even and level and tight is easier to do it with the wheel, with grinding it flat on the wheel. So anyway, 7 days of Christmas, y'all. Okay, it's a week. So small business, you know what I say. Small business needs your help. Gift cards, I got a couple people that asked me for gift cards today, which is great. We do them. I'm sure any business that is open where you are will do them too. Gift cards, meals.
I know, I slipped. my finger slipped.
Your Christmas gifts, Saturday should be a big shopping day locally. Please get out and spend some of your money on your small businesses in your area. As always, if you need us, we are always located rosetreegallery.com, on World Wide Web, Facebook, Rosetree Blown Glass, Instagram, Rosetree Glass Gallery, and all of these are on YouTube. Darcy's dad watches them, so you should too. On Rosetree Blown Glass Studio and Gallery is our channel. And yeah, if anybody's local, I will be open on Saturday from 12 to 4. We social distance inside, mask and glove, mask and
hand sanitizer.
Boot. But we do have a lot of stuff. We have some Christmas trees in that we did yesterday, so we have those in stock now. And as always, thank y'all for coming and visiting, and take care of one another, love one another. We'll see y'all on Tuesday. Take care.